Hey, you made it.
Yeah.
Sit down, you want a beer?
No, I'm fine. Thanks, though.
You know Sean, right?
Yeah.
We were just discussing the Beatles.
Cool. I love music.
Yeah, I was just saying one of the most underrated bands of the 60s was definitely Velvet Underground. Pet Sounds, Beach Boys, and then Lennon met Dylan. That's when their music got interesting. But for whatever reason, people seem to be more familiar with the Fab Four.
I actually think Elvis had a bigger effect. I mean, he was doing things way back in the 50s that nobody else was.
Elvis, really? Dude was such a Boy Scout, even after he did drugs, man. Never did anything as interesting as, say, the B-side of Abbey Road, but that's like a 16-minute oratorio of awesomeness.
Oratorio of awesomeness. Yeah, Abbey Road was unintelligible, unintellectual bullshit. I mean, it's like someone vomited directly onto a vinyl record. Elvis was cutting edge.
Elvis was a hillbilly ripping off black music, okay? Been around for decades, man. Looked almost as ridiculous as Pat Boone. Come on, you gotta admit that.
Ridiculous appearances aside, he still made great contributions to the music industry.
Really watch him on Ed Sullivan, then you watch the Beatles on Ed Sullivan. You can't even tell me there's even a comparison, man.
I think Lady Gaga's done a lot to influence pop culture.
Look, I think the Beatles are okay. I just think Elvis is better.
Dude, Scotty Moore versus George Harrison, guy can't even count to 11, much less play anything in 11/8.
If it wasn't for Scotty Moore, George Harrison wouldn't even know how to tune his guitar.
Yeah, well, Scotty Moore's just ripping off Chet Atkins and Merle Travis.
God, with your name dropping and your references, and it all comes from this plebeian tier of bullshit. I mean, maybe the problem here is that you're so busy being a contrarian and trying to reference the most obscure artist you can think of that you're too busy to realize that Elvis is actually better than all of them.
Dude, I don't know what Presbyterian churches have to do with this conversation, man. You're just like on a whole different level, man.
How can you think that the special edition Star Wars movies can even compare to the originals?
All 3 letters, T, H, and X, dude. The effects are so much better.
Yeah, but the originals are priceless. It's the birthplace of those effects.
Yeah, dude.
What do you think, Emily? Emily?
Is that a shoot? Mother...
Biff! What the...
Dude's such a venereal disease.
He's the Jar Jar of life.
His idea of classic rock is menudo.
She was perfect for me.
Looks like she's perfect for everyone. I will say this about the special edition. It's pretty lame how they made Greedo shoot first.
Totally, right? Like, Han shot first. That's a staple of the original. Speaking of that, what do you think of J.J. Abrams directing the new trilogy?
Well, the Trek reboot was pretty good.
Yeah.
So hopefully the Star Wars just won't have any,
Big red balls.
Slut.
I offer you my heart and soul, wrapped up in a bag of gold. Why, baby, why do you tease me? Won't you please be fair? Why, baby, why won't you please me when you know you care? There will be no trouble and strife. I'll be your slave the rest of my life. I offer